Thank you, Bishop Ron Thomas, for joining us today. Would you like to please provide a brief introduction of yourself, your role, and then we'll jump into some of the questions about NOMI.
Sure, absolutely. For those of you who don't know, I'm Bishop Ron Thomas. We pastor Reconciliation Apostolic Ministries here in the city of Las Vegas. We are the bishop of the newly formed and organized Nevada Diocese of the Shield of Faith Fellowship of Churches. And I'm assuming the reason for this particular interview is for my position as the chairman for the Nevada Faith and Health Coalition and Nevada Faith and Health Coalition, I'm sorry, and our relationship that we had with the Nevada Office of Minority Health and Equities over the years.
Wonderful. That is awesome. So without further ado, we'll jump into the questions. The first question is, how did you first connect with NOMI?
We were very fortunate as a fledgling organization. Um, we started out as, once again, the Nevada Faith and Health Coalition to deal with some of the health challenges that was in the community, such as the stigmas associated with mental health, the stigmas associated with HIV and AIDS. We had reached out to the Office of Health and Human Services. To make a long story short, they provided us with some technical assistance as we were getting incorporated. And then the opportunity came when we started talking about training community health workers. COVID happened to us, and we are very blessed and fortunate that the inception of the Nevada Office of Minority Health and Equities was getting funded again. And Tina found out what we were doing, and we were able to receive some support, for our organization. And we're grateful to her and her leadership.
I see. Okay. Wow, that is an interesting way to make a great connection. The next question is, what has been NOMI's greatest impact on your organization and or the community you live in? So this could be either a one question or a two-parter if you have different answers for each part. So what has been NOMI's greatest impact on your organization and what has been NOMI's greatest impact on the community that you live in?
Well, it has had a major impact. Like I said, as a fledgling organization, COVID happened right in the midst of the things that we were trying to do, and it took precedence. And the Nevada Office of Minority Health and Equities was right there. It stepped in at a time, and it gave us relationships. Gave us relationships with the Larson Institute out of Reno, and the working relationship caused them to be the sponsor of our first initial grant that we received from the state through NOMHE. And so the impact that that had was we were able to do community events, bringing awareness to the epidemic that was happening, COVID, being able to help individuals with their what we would call their hesitancy concerning getting vaccines, just bringing them aware of information. So we did community events, and they were instrumental in supporting our new organization and being able to provide information to the community. In the community that we serve as Nevada Faith and Health Coalition, it was our job to make sure that the faith community, was brought up to speed, as well as our minority communities. And they were very instrumental, like I said, in funding us to where we were able to train community healthcare workers and then place them and employ them in the various churches and mosques in the community to make sure that they were kept up to speed and that our spiritual leaders were, had resources to share with their community, with the congregations, you know. So it was very, very instrumental concerning that pandemic that we all experienced in 2020.
Oh, it's really good to hear. Wonderful. Thank you for that answer. And then the third question is, kind of looking to the future, what do you see as NOMI's potential for future impact?
Well, once again, dealing with some of the disparities and some of the challenge that are and inequities that exist in our healthcare systems, some of the challenges in our minority communities, they've been instrumental in making sure that people have, information of how to have access to care. One of the major things is always funding. There was a time when that office didn't even exist in our city. And so to have that office up, running, functioning, fully staffed, and supported is, how can I put it? It is imperative, if we're going to move forward with making sure that the community is informed and that the community is cared for in the proper way. So I'm grateful for their office, what they did for us as a new organization, what they did to share their concerns with the faith community, and what we call, to be politically correct, the BIPOC community here in Southern Nevada. And I know that they work and do some things up north as well, but I can only speak for the impact that this office has had through the leadership of Ms. Tina Dortch, and the impact that she's had on our young organization and in our community in which we serve. So we're grateful. We want to tell them happy birthday in their 20th year of service, and I wish them all the success. Our prayers will continue to be with you, and continue to do the good work, Tina.
Thank you so much. That was really awesome. I think you gave some amazing answers, Bishop Thomas.